Hello everyone, and welcome to Starcraft 2. Now you're wondering, wait a second, this doesn't seem right. You're in offline mode? Why are you in offline mode? Isn't this game only online only? What was the version? The version doesn't seem right. The dates don't seem right. Exactly. This here's not a legit version of Starcraft 2. Cause fuck Blizzard anymore. Like seriously. It's a bit loud. It's slower music down to about 20. At least it isn't as bad as Starcraft 1's. Voices can be down to A. Interface down to about 50. Probably gonna have to adjust that all over again. But yeah. So here's the thing. I wanted to do Starcraft 1 first. So I tried Starcraft Mass Recall, which is basically Starcraft 1 using Starcraft 2's engine. It's fun, it's nice, there's only a few issues I have with it. Namely, it's more difficult than Starcraft 1. Because I was watching a drunk playthrough of Starcraft 1, which was pretty bad, but the AI in it was stupid. Like, the AI didn't really counterattack much unless you actually started attacking the base. They didn't really attack that often. They just sort of chilled and let you build up. But yeah. Also, the resources in Starcraft 1 compared to Recall, fuck. That was my major complaint with Starcraft Mass Recall. It's just, well, your resources are gone. I haven't even built my defenses yet. And just your already mineral deposits ran out. Mineral deposits ran out. Geysers almost ran out. You're down to like one mineral node and you have like maybe 4 to 5 siege tanks. And it's like, well, I can't really do much. I can try to siege, but then the enemy just has like 20 siege tanks, I don't know how many marines, and 10 rapes. Because that happened once when I was trying to do a level on normal difficulty. I reduced it down to easy and they had a lot less, but still 20 siege tanks. They weren't even in siege mode, they were just all just swarming in. It was stupid. Made me try almost scrap that series. Until I did one thing. I decided to load down to easy. Then did the level over, completed it, moved on. But then things started getting even harder for easy, which is like, oh, then we're just going to constantly attack. Constantly attack. I'm trying to build up my resources though. Just constantly wearing me down. It's like, okay. And then I'm trying to move on the outpost to capture it, and yeah, that didn't go well. And then I had no resources to really do anything. It pissed me off for a while. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna do Starcraft 1. The old version, not the Battlenet version. Not remastered, because that requires deal with Blizzard and Battlenet. Which annoys me anymore. So I went to try to do Starcraft, and it's like, oh, well, you can't do Starcraft. Because there's a direct draw error which requires you to be in 640 by 408 screen resolution and 256 colors. The fuck even has 256 colors anymore? Like, nope, you can't do that. It's like, okay. Well, how about if I download this version? Nope, that one requires you to go through Battlenet. It's like, hey, Starcraft's free to play, but you have to have a Battlenet account. Fuck off with that. So it's like, okay, I'll download another version of Starcraft. Nope, still the same issue. Okay, I'll download these third-party tools. One actually worked by setting it into a windowed mode. The only problem is fraps. doesn't want to record it. Can't record because of the way it's run. So I just said screw it. And yeah, now we're in Starcraft 2. However, before we begin on Starcraft 2, now that I've ran it for, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, we're gonna go do a recap of what happened in Starcraft 1. Just cause I want to. Before I actually get into Starcraft 2. Because I want to do a recap before we, you know, deal with things. So anyway, be right back. So yeah, the Starcraft Mass Recall thing. I think I actually have to go over to, not the the options. I have to actually click here and unlock everything. Is after unlock every mission cinematic? Yeah, I'm sure. Doesn't matter. Also, enable that. Game speed should be so normal. Oh, because I didn't launch it from the actual menu, right. Forgot about that. Okay, so. The intro's always fun, but we don't really need that. So basically, Charsara gets attacked by unidentified creatures. Confederates, who basically won. Basically, there was guild wars, not related to guild wars, the game. And the Confederates ended up being the dominant faction, so they took over and united most of the Terrans under their rule. So they have an outpost on Charsara. Charsara gets attacked by unidentified species, later known as Zerg. Protoss show up and pretty much wipe out the colony. We show up and we end up on Marsara, basically, and end up trying to manage things there, and find out the Zerg are there, and that we have to try to survive, and then we end up fighting a station, and the Confederates get pissed at us for blowing up a command center that was infested. Oh yeah, we also met Jim Raynor. He was a guy on a vulture, gets vulture sort of thing. Then we went to the Zerg started overrunning places, and we wanted to get out, and things happened. Skipping ahead, Minx takes over. Minx decides, shows up and saves us all. Minx says, hey, go find me Confederate information. Then Minx starts saying, hey, the Zerg are a secret Confederate weapons program, which nowhere in the rest of the game is that ever brought up again. That's just some assumption he made. Then we save Duke. Minx also said, we can't leave under the Zerg. We must save that colony. And then later he was like, well, we found out the Confederates had Mentor plans, because Zerg are drawn by the psychic emanations of ghosts and stuff. And we also met Kerrigan back there. But yeah. And Kerrigan is a ghost. She has psychic things. Jim suggested that they were there for her. And we shrugged that off. For then. But Mentors. Then we used Mentors to basically swarm the planet with Zerg. The Protoss showed up, and since there was a bonus mission, they actually said that they helped us, but they still purged the colony after we left. Then we went to Tarsonos, the Confederate capital, and we basically unleashed Mentors again to draw them all to them. And then the Protoss showed up, and we decided, hey, we can't let the Protoss exterminate them and let the Confederates escape. So we basically left Kerrigan there to get swarmed by the Zerg while dealing with the Protoss. It was a bit stupid, and then we just sort of left. Then Jim decides that Minx is sort of a douchebag. Which is fair, he is sort of a douchebag. He did leave for them to die. And did say, I'm not going to let anyone stop me. Not the Confederates, not the Zerg, not the Protoss. The Central about me or be destroyed under my might or something along those lines. I forget. It will come up again, I'm sure. But anyway, so basically, this happened. The coronation of Arcturus the First, Emperor of the Terran Dominion. Terran Dominion's own world, core home.
Fellow Terrans, I come to you in the wake of recent events to issue a call to reason. Let no human deny the perils of our time. While we battle one another, divided by the petty strife of our common history, the tide of a greater conflict is turning against us, threatening to destroy all that we have accomplished. It is time for us as nations and as individuals to set aside our long-standing feuds and unite. The tides of an unwinnable war are upon us, and we must seek refuge upon higher ground lest we be swept away by the flood. The Confederacy is no more. Whatever semblance of unity and protection it once provided is a phantom, a memory. With our enemies left unchecked, who will you turn to for protection? The devastation wrought by the alien invaders is self-evident. We have seen our homes and communities destroyed by the calculated blows of the Protoss. We have seen firsthand our friends and loved ones consumed by the nightmarish Zerg. Unprecedented and unimaginable though they may be, these are the signs of our time. The time has come, my fellow Terrans, to rally to a new banner. In unity lies strength. Already many of the dissident factions have joined us. Out of the many, we shall forge an indivisible whole, capitulating only to a single throne. And from that throne, I shall watch over you. From this day forward, let no human make war upon any other human. Let no Terran agency conspire against this new beginning, and let no man consort with alien powers. And to all the enemies of humanity, seek not to bar our way, for we shall win through, no matter the cost.
So one thing I always loved about those cutscenes is there's just random things that that aren't even in the game. Like in the first thing, there was the scrappers and those ships that were a thing. The whole random soldiers out in the wasteland. I do like that one though. We're gonna watch that one just 'cause it's good old fun times.
Hey Sarge, why we always gotta listen to this shit for anyway?
'Cause I'm in charge, that's why.
Oh, it don't seem like no good kind of reason to me. Also me anyway. Hey, what's that?
Hold on to me a second. String roller!
But seriously, what the hell is this for you?
Looks like you mashed some poor fella's dog, Sarge.
It's a Zerglin, Lester. Smaller type of Zerg. He wouldn't be out this far unless... Oh, shit.
I love you, Sarge.
Still one of my favorite scenes in the game. So anyway, that covers the whole first episode. Yeah, I'm probably gonna make this here just a part 0 while I explain things. So, the Overmind. Basically, the Zerg are controlled by an Overmind, sort of like a hive mind that controls all of them. To a degree. He has Celebrates, which you play as. and those other celebrants that sort of argue about things, help at times. Basically, they're like, think of them as like basically power stations to keep the Zerg forces under the Overmind's control. But basically, Overmind took Keratin captive after the events that happened in New Gettysburg, and turned her into a Zerg. That was the thing. So while she was turned into a Zerg, she then got into fights with the Protoss, trying to fight Tassadar, the Dark Templar, and staying on Charter, hunt them down. One of the Overmind's whole major goal was to go to Ira and work on trying to convert the Protoss, because the Zerg cannot convert the Protoss. At least, not yet. But yeah, going to Ira. But before we go to Ira, I do like this cinematic. It's one of my favorites, and it's another one of my favorites, actually. Oh yeah, but firstly, so they went to Ira. And this is how they went to Ira. Because it's a thing. With the cinematic. Ooh, cinematics. Yeah, just magically poof, opens up. Yeah, don't think it's really ever explained how. But anyway. So then, the Overmind ends up going to Ira. And this happened. Because the highly orbiter with the Protoss homeward of Ira. Basically a giant fleshy meteor thing. And then all the dinosaurs were extinct. I'm totally not doing these in orders. Yeah. So yeah, at one point Kerrigan decided that, hey, I can't access all my ghost powers. I need to have them remove the blockers on my ghost powers. So we're gonna go and invade the science vessel. Which, the science vessel seems larger than all the other science vessels, but that's the thing about RTS, you can't really scale buildings properly. And ships and stuff, like the battle cruisers aren't that big when they are supposed to be a lot bigger. But yeah, so I went to a science vessel, and she ends up getting Psionic Storm. Psionic Storm is a Protoss ability, not a ghost ability. Question mark. Anyway. Oh, so after this place was compromised, a team was sent in. Still one of my favorite cutscenes, this cinematics, I should say. This one always made me want like a Starcraft third-person shooter or first-person shooter. So like what Starcraft Nova was supposed to be, but yeah.
Hey, are we really gonna blow this place?
Only if we see a Zerg.
Yeah, got your Zerg right here.
Very sure I've seen something like that now in isolation. They really do like the explosions with bits of things just floating in space. But so the overmind went to Iron. Then the Protoss tried to save Iron. Didn't really go well. Tried to go. And the Conclave basically thought Tassadar betrayed them, abandoned them, stuff like that. Tassadar shows up and says, "Hey, Celebrants are the key. You gotta go fight them." We went and fought them, and they just regenerate. But so they thought, "Hey, he's tricking us. We gotta keep fighting against the Zerg." And yeah, because obviously they were making such a good dent in their forces. Not really. and it cost us the life of one mighty hero. Also, I don't understand this scene right here. Why does it look like there's a desert? Ire's a jungle planet. Like, that does not make sense. Those things just run out of battery. Like, I think that's the only instance where that happens. But anyway, after that, the Conclave basically just does the stupidest thing possible and decides that, oh, you need to go hunt for Tassadar, because obviously he's the greatest threat to the Protoss race. Him and his ideals. Instead of, you know, the whole Zerg that are murdering the entire, they're killing everyone on the entire planet and all that. Now you gotta go hunt for Tassadar. Tassadar tells us about the Dark Temple. The Conclave say, no, Dark Temple are bad. That's heresy. That's treason. No. But we decide to go over Tassadar because, you know, saving the planet makes a better idea. I forget what that... I forget what that cinematic is. Well, let's find out. Oh wait, no, I remember this one. Here's an overcrashable scene. Terran had watchtowers. That's damaged Protoss dragon. Damaged Protoss dragon.
Hey, Sergeant! Sarge! Hey!
Jeez, that's loud.
You will immediately tell me why you have called me from my desk, Private.
Protoss unit, Sarge! Coming through the South Pass! It looks broke!
Kill it!
Cloaking units. But still, see, Jesus, that's more louder than the others. What the fuck? Now that everyone's deaf, especially the headphone users, including me. Like, seriously. Volume options, everyone. So anyway, after we went to places, we found Zeratul, the Dark Templar. We decided, hey, you know what, let's go back to Irish, because that's the best option. It's not like everyone's gonna be pissed about us going back to Ire. Cause you know, we have to go save Ire. Could go find us a new world. Nah, we'll go back to Ire. It's the best option. Let's just cloak our fleet, of course. Also, when did we get a fleet? Oh, seriously. Oh yeah, we picked up a gym at some point too. So then we went back to Ira, and guess what happened? The Conclave basically said, hey, we're gonna arrest you, and then try to murder you. And Tastar surrenders, and we go rescue Tastar, and they basically tell them, hey, give us a chance to show you that, hey, Dark Templar can, you know, be effective. So the Dark Templar went and killed a Selbert. It died. And they're like, hey, okay, fine. You might actually save us. We were stupid as shit. And then, hey, Zeratul and the rest of them decided, you know what, we're gonna go fight the Overmind. Jim Raynor's gonna help us too. Everyone's gonna join up and fight the Overmind. It's a great idea. And then towards the end, Tassador makes a decision that, I guess, he makes a heroic decision. And yeah, he just channels a spirit bomb and destroys the Overmind. But still, very Warcraft 3, like with the Wisp. Let's see what else. Oh yeah. Then after that aftermath, Brood War. Brood War is so much more difficult. We decide, hey, you know what? Ire's fucked. Let's get off it. So we go to Shakura's, the Dark Templar homeworld. And we're like, hey. That was thing. That's also Zelnaka Temple. Then we should go. We need these crystals to get the Zerg off Shakuras. And to do that, we need crystals to power the Zelnaka Temple. So we ain't got crystals. Also, at one point, we found out that, hey, I can't remember if this during this part or not. But Aldaris, who was part of the conclave, basically started saying, "Hey, the matriarch's bad. We need to fight up against them." And then bad stuff happened. Oh yeah, by the way, Kerrigan joined us for some of this because she was no longer supposedly under the control of the Overmind. So she started using us to help to get rid of a new Overmind that the Salvards turned into. That was a thing. But yeah. And then she shows up before Aldaris tells us things. Murders Aldaris, believes. We get pissed and tell her to go fuck off. And then we basically went to that Zelnaga temple and we did this. I was gonna say there's not many cutscenes. Didn't really matter much. He's just out here for show thing. It's like some sort of. But yeah, Delto and his freaking poncho. But yeah, look at our tabs. Just look like some Protoss barbarian. That's very derp. Just very derp. I was supposed to look more purple. Yeah, that was a thing. Oh, the cinematic Brood War. Oh yeah, I love that one. I think is it the actual intro one too? Maybe. But anyway, so then I don't know why we decided to do this, but then the UED shows up. The UED basically being the United Earth Directorate. That was a thing.
Who's in charge here? Where is the air support? So, Gerard, I suspect you have a good reason for pulling me away from my duties.
Your vodka can wait, my good Alexei. Come, stand here. You need to see this.
I know all about the Zerg, Gerard. We've all seen the tapes 100.
You've seen nothing. Dissecting a dead Zerg in a lab is one thing. Unleashing them on men is another. You must go into this with both eyes open. Once started, there's no going back. Are you prepared to go all the way with this, Alexei?
Yes. Yes, I am prepared to go all the way, my good Admiral.
Good. Good. I knew I could count on you.
Admiral, the colonist base will be overrun in a matter of minutes. Shall we intervene?
Take us into orbit, Mr. Malmsteen. We've seen enough.
Yeah, that was the thing. So yeah, the UED shows up and decides, hey, we're going to start trying to take over the center. The Kapulu sector? I forget what it's called. But yeah. So then they end up starting to fight with Dominion, and they do pretty great against the Dominion. I mean, they assault Corhole, and then there was yes. There's 2 missions here. Oh yeah, first thing you meet, what's his name? Duran, who is with the remaining Confederates and decides, hey, I should totally join you and help you guys. Great idea. By the way, there was these psi things that they use to control the Zerg. We should totally get rid of these side things. But Lexi's like, no, we should totally use them, control the Zerg. Or Duran's like, no, we should totally destroy them. But then we install Core Home. And these two missions. One basically disables the nukes. One disables the battle cruisers. Which, depending on which one you chose, affects this one. Not sure what happened you just chose or about shooting at those, but yeah. Then after that... Oh, I know. Oh wait, these are both... No, you gotta choose out on this one. These are the alternative ones. This is what basically means starts escaping to, like, I don't know, I'm not sure if it was Aya or some other Protoss area with a warp gate. With help from Jim and others. And stuff happens there and he gets away. Then Duran says, hey, Alexi's a traitor. We need to go into the Psi disruptor thing to deal with him. Then turns out Duran's actually the traitor, and Alexi was just trying to control the Zerg. Duran's trying to blow it up, and not let the Zerg be controlled. But then we were able to restore the thing, and then we went and took control of the Overmind, because there was no Overmind on Char for some reason. But yeah, but then Alexi died. But did he die? We'll get back to that. But Duran's a traitor. Alexi's dead. Stuff happens. I know I'm not the best at explaining more, but yeah.
Zerg! The very mention of this terrifying race once brought fear to all who heard it. But now we can all rest easy, as our own forces now occupy their very homeworld of Char. Months have passed since our initial confrontation with the Zerg, and now Directorate forces have taken control of the planet Char, long since rumored to cradle the malevolent Overmind of the Zerg. The Overmind itself, an enormous living brain-like entity, dictates control of all the myriad Zerg forces, and it was believed to be planning an invasion of the Earth itself. Once on the offensive, our highly trained Directorate forces were more than a match for the beast-like Zerg. Even their fiercest warrior breed could not defeat the greatest military technology in the galaxy. The Zerg forces on Char were completely decimated and their losses were tallied in the millions.
Pretty sure that's higher than millions.
But all wars have casualties, and while Directorate losses were minimal, the fleet's Vice Admiral Stukov gave his life during the final valiant assault on Char.
Of course we didn't.
Memorial services were held aboard the Directorate flagship Alexander. Vice Admiral Stukov truly knew the meaning of sacrifice. Yet his sacrifice was not in vain. The Overmind itself was the prize of the battle. Even now, Directorate psychics and powerful drugs are keeping the creature pacified. The Overmind will undergo extensive research to ensure the continued safety of the United Earth Directorate and of all mankind.
Because, yeah, that's a fact. Because, you know, obviously, Earth is Terrans. Despite the Terra. Didn't really make sense for Earth to just show up and be the same as, you know, the other Terrans, in my opinion, but... oh, wow. And then the Queen of Blades. I'm not sure why she chose the Queen of Blades. She could have went Queen of Zerg, Queen of Swarm, but Queen of Blades. So basically, with the whole Overmind under their control, that causes issues, and she's also trying to do diplomatic stuff with Jim and Protoss stuff, using them basically to help fight back against the UADs to get the swarm under only her control. Which basically means went and had to go save Minsk, and then had to go liberate Korhol for Minsk, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure this is one of the dumbest decisions, especially leading up to, you know, Starcraft 2, is that decision. Oh, we're just gonna help Minsk because we need access to assigned emitters and shit. So we'll help Minsk. You know, seems like the best idea. It's not like he's going to end up back in power and cause issues later on in StarCraft 2. Nah, why would he do that? So we'll just put him back in power, you know? But then we turned around and decided to betray them after that. And we murdered General Duke, and we murdered... Oh yeah, by the way, Phoenix came back as a Dragoon, because Dragoons are like the fallen warriors in a armored shell thing. But yeah, he came back as a Dragoon, and then she murdered him. So he died twice now. And then... trying to remember what else happened. Oh yeah, I guess what happened was... went back to Shakuras to deal with things there, and get... they were blow to the Protoss, which involved using the Protoss to slay the Overmind for her because Dark Templar energies, and then betrayed the Protoss. And then there was a bonus mission where basically the Protoss found out about something that's relevant later on in StarCraft 2 about hybrids, and how Duran technically was working on making those. Technically Duran wasn't working with Kerrigan, was just using her like she's using all of them. Also, I love how they thought Duran was infested, but his model never really changed like an infested. To even get off that, just ended up changing his name. And yet Kerrigan somehow was perfectly fine with it. I don't know why. And then later, since she pissed off everyone, they all came to attack her on Char. The Protoss, the Dominion, the UED. Yeah, they all got a bit pissed off. And then she held them all off and became the queen of this Blades or Swarm or yeah.
Once again, I stand atop the broken bodies of my enemies, victorious, but not unscarred. The Earthborn Directorate has been destroyed, and the Overmind lies dead and trampled beneath the ashes of Char. As for my unlikely allies, I think that I shall allow them a reprieve. For in time I will seek to test their resolve and their strengths. They will all be mine in the end. For I am the Queen of Blades. None shall ever dispute my rule again.
So yeah. She's just the motherfucking bitch queen of the universe. Remember that. That'll be relevant very much later on. But anyway, now it's time to feel a bit sad.
Dearest Helena, by now the news of our defeat has reached the Earth. The creatures we were sent here to tame are untamable, and the colonies we were sent to reclaim have proven to be stronger than we anticipated. Whatever you may hear about what has happened out here, know this: Alexei did not die gloriously in battle. I killed him. My pride killed him. And now my pride has consumed me as well. You will never see me again, Helena. Tell our children that I love them, and that their father died in defense of their future. Over.
Oh, so by the way, that fleet that's headed trying to escape. Yeah. If I remember right, they didn't get that far before Kerrigan sent her fleet in and destroyed all those ships. Gave them a head start. But yeah, that pretty much sums up Starcraft 1 and Brood War. Basically, Kerrigan's a bitch. An overpowered hacked MacGuffin bitch, but still. Jim's basically your Han Solo. Pretty much sums it up. Sadly, doesn't really have a Chewie. Zero-Two and Tassadar. Well, Tassadar's gone. But Zero-Two is basically... He's basically a plot device. Like, literally, the Dark Temple thing. He's basically a plot device to get rid of the Overmind. We had to go pick up him because he was the only plot device we had to save Hydra. Him and his poncho. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, the UED, because you know, more Terrans. Somehow Earth is also Terran, despite the Terran stuff over here. It's all Terran. Because we had to have humans be just all Terran. Game balancing, I guess. And we gave Mink's car hall back, because that's the thing. That was the stupidest decision we could have made. Should've just murdered him. Oh yeah, no, oh yeah, Artanis basically looks like just some sort of random Protoss barbarian, and not as fast as he does in StarCraft 2. Trying to think what else. What else? Yeah, I think that's basically sums things up, though. So anyway, I'm gonna make this here part 2. Because basically this here's a whole bunch of me just talking and going over a recap of what happened in Brood Wars, because I couldn't play it. Well, technically I could play it here, but Mass Recall just pisses me off. Because there's not enough resources to effectively do anything. Before you need to go to the net's base, but you don't have enough forces to go to the net's base. Let alone hold off every single attack that's like every few minutes, just... Oh, well, they're gonna attack again. Oh, they're gonna attack again. Oh, they're still attacking. Like, I need resources to repair shit, build shit, for defense. And I don't have enough resources for that and to attack. It's the stupidest thing. Like, there wasn't that much of a problem with the regular StarCraft. Like, whoever made Mass Recall it's a good mod, it's just the bouncing of resources pisses me off. But anyway, besides that, also pissed off I can't actually do the regular Starcraft because it's too old, and the alpha version requires you have to be on Battlenet. Everything has to be on Battlenet. Battlenet. Freaking Microvision Zard. Microvision Zard. Because you know it's Microsoft, Activision, and Blizzard, so Microvision Zard. Anyway, so we'll go back to StarCraft 2 and get actually started on the campaign next time. Because here's the thing, I really like I like StarCraft 2's human campaign, the Terran campaign. I really like that. Because back in the day, I bought the freaking collector's edition for that. Mostly because the mini Thor for World of Warcraft. Yeah, you bought a freaking expensive collector's edition just for that. And now I can't even play World of Warcraft. Oof. I didn't buy I didn't even really buy Horror Storm or Swarm or Legacy of the Void, though. Because I sort of gave up on those and I could have by money. But I also have played both of them, though. I do like Heart of the Swarm, because it basically, it goes back to sort of RTS RPG stuff, which is fun. And then there is the Protoss one, Legacy of the Void. Yeah, I don't really like it that much compared to the first two. Like, it's not terrible, it's just, it gets stupid at times. Like, like we'll get into why it's stupid, but yeah. But anyway, so this has been just me rambling the video. Next time we actually get started on StarCraft 2. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all and have a nice day.